They say you never really know a person until they leave you. I never thought that'd be true about the woman I shared 23 years of my life with. The woman I built a home for, worked for, provided for, cherished, every single damn day. For almost 23 years, I was told I was her person. Her everything, that I was the best thing that ever happened to her. Then, one day, she looked me dead in the eye and said she hadn't loved me for over a decade. And just like that, my reality cracked wide open. This is the story of how I lost my marriage, my peace of mind, and half of everything I worked for, all without ever raising my voice, breaking a promise, or even seeing it coming. Ours wasn't a shotgun romance. We met the old-fashioned way, mutual friends, some laughs, the click that you only feel once in a lifetime. It felt organic, natural, solid. We didn't rush into things. We built a life slowly, with trust as the foundation. I loved her, genuinely, deeply. She told me she felt the same. Constantly. Her words were poetry, always. "You're my person," she'd whisper as we drifted off to sleep. "You're the best thing that ever happened to me." For 22.5 years, I never doubted her love. Not once. We didn't fight, not really. We had our spats, who doesn't, but nothing ugly. No screaming matches, no threats, no emotional cold wars. Just a couple growing older together, building something real. When I started making good money, I told her she didn't need to work if she didn't want to. That I had us. I paid off her student loans, bought her the cars she liked, upgraded her phone when the new one came out, not because she asked, but because I wanted to. Because when you love someone, you want to see them smile. And she smiled, often, told me I was her rock, that she was living a dream life, that no one had it better. So you tell me, how do you go from that to nothing? 6 months ago, she started pulling away. Not in a huge way. Subtle, missing the "I love you" at bedtime. Fewer touches, less eye contact. When I asked if something was wrong, she'd smile and say she was just tired. Then came the bombshell. One night, sitting at the dinner table, she put down her fork, looked at me, and said, "I don't love you anymore." It wasn't even angry. It was cold, clinical, like reading a recipe. I sat there in stunned silence. "You don't love me? Since when?" Her answer, "I haven't loved you in over 10 years. 10 years, a decade, 10 Christmases, 10 anniversaries, 10 birthdays, vacations, quiet Sunday mornings, cuddles on the couch, whispered sweet nothings, all a lie." She couldn't tell me what I'd done wrong. "We just grew apart," she said. "It felt more like we were roommates." Roommates. No fights, no cold shoulder, no attempts at counseling, no signs, just pretense. For 10 years, I couldn't wrap my head around it. If I had felt us drifting apart, I would have begged us into therapy. I would have fought for her, for us, but she never gave me that chance. In the days that followed, I kept replaying everything. Every moment, every word. Was she always faking it? Or did she just stop trying? I asked her outright, "Why didn't you tell me you were unhappy?" She shrugged, said she didn't want to hurt me, said she thought things might get better, said she didn't know how to bring it up. So instead, she played house. Let me believe I was the luckiest man alive. Let me carry all the emotional and financial weight of a partnership I thought was mutual, but apparently had been hollow for years. And now, she wants alimony. Not for a year or two. Not to get back on her feet. But possibly for 16.5 years. 35% of my net income. Half the assets. All while admitting she stopped loving me long ago and made zero effort to fix anything. It doesn't feel like heartbreak anymore. It feels like theft. I want you to picture this. Working your ass off for decades, early mornings, late nights, the stress, the hustle, the sacrifices. Not because you were chasing status, but because you were building a life for someone you loved. And then being told, after the job's done, That the love was gone all along, but the paycheck better keep coming. It's one thing to be left. That hurts enough. But being left and billed, that's a whole different kind of wound. I can't help but wonder, was she just waiting it out? Did she coast through those last years on autopilot, counting down the days? Did she see me not as a partner but a provider? It makes you question everything. Every kind word, every kiss on the cheek, every, I love you. It all starts to feel transactional. And yeah, I know. I chose to be generous. I wanted her to feel secure, taken care of. But I never agreed to be her retirement plan. I signed up to build a life together, not bankroll hers after she jumps ship. Let's talk about the system for a second. This isn't a rant against women, or marriage, or even alimony in principle. There are valid cases. The parent who sacrificed their career to raise kids. The one who stood by while their spouse climbed the ladder. The one left behind after years of abuse or infidelity. But when none of that applies, when someone just decides they're done, with no cause, no attempt to fix it, no shared kids left to raise, why should they be entitled to a decade and a half of someone else's sweat? That's not support. That's punishment for being stable. It's a tax on loyalty. A fee for loving the wrong person too well for too long. I wouldn't treat a stranger the way she's treating me. And yet I'm expected to bankroll her new chapter, while I grieve the life she chose to burn down. It's maddening. The hardest part isn't the paperwork, or even the money. It's the silence. Waking up and realizing that everything you believed in, every smile, every whispered vow, might have been fake. Coming home to an empty kitchen, a still bed, the ghost of laughter in a hallway that now just echoes. And people don't get it. They ask, wasn't there any sign? She must have been unhappy. Maybe, but she never said a word. In her own words, I was a good husband. I didn't cheat. I didn't yell. I was kind, supportive, present. So what the hell did I do wrong? Apparently, nothing. And somehow that makes it worse. Because if I had been cruel or neglectful, I could own it. I could understand the outcome. But to do everything right and still lose everything, that's a special kind of hell. I won't lie, some days, I want to burn it all down. I want to fight dirty. Tell her exactly what I think of her entitlement. Refuse to give her a dime. But I don't. Not because I'm weak. Not because I still love her. Because I want to be able to look in the mirror and know I didn't become the villain in the aftermath of betrayal. I can't control what she did. But I can control how I respond. That doesn't mean I won't fight the alimony terms. I will. Hard. With every legal means at my disposal. Because fairness matters. Because I have a future too. But I won't become petty. I won't lose my soul trying to win a fight I didn't start. There's no happy ending to this story. Not yet. But there is a next chapter. I'm learning to let go of needing closure. I may never get an answer that makes sense. She may never admit to what she really felt, or why she did what she did. And I'm starting to realize that's okay. Some people don't leave because they're hurting. They leave because they're done pretending. And sometimes, the kindness they offer on the way out is just guilt trying to dress itself up in grace. I'm building a new life now. Slowly, quietly. I still believe in love, though I don't trust it the way I used to. I still believe in giving, but not without boundaries. And I will never again be someone's silent foundation while they quietly build their exit strategy. Here's what they don't tell you about being blindsided. The world doesn't stop. The bills keep coming. The emails keep stacking up. People still expect you to be normal, even as your whole reality collapses in on itself. You learn real quick who your friends are. Some folks disappear, too awkward or afraid to say the wrong thing. Others step up in ways you never expected. But mostly, you're alone with the noise in your head. And in that silence, I've done a lot of thinking. I know now that love, real love, doesn't hide. It doesn't mask discontent behind fake smiles. It doesn't play pretend for a decade. And it damn sure doesn't gut someone emotionally, then demand compensation. I know now that kindness is not a contract. Being a good partner doesn't entitle you to loyalty from someone who's already gone emotionally. I know now that some people leave not because you failed, but because they did, and they didn't have the courage to face it. There was a point where the anger was white hot. I hated her. I hated her lies, her entitlement, her hollow justifications. I hated the judge, the laws, the whole damn system that said, yeah, she can leave and still take your future with her. But hate is heavy, and I've carried enough, so I'm putting it down. Not for her, but for me. I'm not forgiving her, not yet, maybe not ever, but I'm done letting her choices control my spirit. That's the other side of rage. It burns bright, but it doesn't last. Eventually, you're left with smoke and ashes, and the opportunity to start again. If I could speak to her one last time without anger, without pain, this is what I'd say. I loved you, deeply, faithfully. You were my partner in every sense of the word, even when you'd stopped being mine. I deserved the truth, not the performance. I deserved honesty, not comfort dressed up as love. And I damn sure deserved the chance to fight for what we built before you cashed out. But I see you now. And I see me too. And I'll be okay, not because of you, in spite of you. I'm rebuilding, slowly, intentionally, brick by brick. I've rediscovered things I used to love. I've started lifting again, journaling, walking with no destination, just breathing. There's a quiet strength in taking back your days, in knowing that no one owns your peace but you. I don't know if I'll love again. That door's not shut, but it's guarded now. What I do know is this: next time, there will be honesty or nothing at all. And if someone can't give me the truth in its rawest form, I'd rather walk alone. If you've listened this far, maybe you're going through something similar. Maybe you've been blindsided, gutted, humiliated. Maybe you're staring down the barrel of alimony and wondering how the hell it's fair. I see you. You're not crazy for not seeing it coming. You're not weak for grieving someone who lied. You're not broken just because someone else couldn't love you properly. You're still here, and that counts. Let them take the money if they must. But don't let them take your dignity, your fire, your ability to start again. Your heart may be bruised, but your backbone is steel. Keep going. You're not done yet. If you enjoy this story, please do me a small favor by liking, commenting, subscribing, and clicking the notification bell for more stories. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for your time.